everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. If it's been a while since I've done an actual movie review. I've been doing my Cinematically Late series a lot lately, and my dog will not shut up. He's just doing his own thing. I'm sorry if you can hear him in the background. So welcome back. Great to see you. Glad to have you back. Make sure you like this video down below. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you share these videos with your friends. Make sure they subscribe. I'm on the road to 300. Hoping to get there by the end of 2020. Oh my God, will you stop? What am I reviewing today? I'm actually doing a movie review. Been doing so many Cinematically Lates lately. I probably said this already, but my dog distracted me, so I apologize. Today we're talking about a movie that I don't even know if it came out in theaters. I think it did. Let me check the budget for it here, the information. So today we're talking about Vivarium. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. Now, this is a very interesting movie. Just recently came out, 2019, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots, who is or The End of the Fucking World, which I did a review for that season 1 on my channel. You can find that. But today we're talking about this movie. It is, I would best describe it as a sci-fi dark comedy, question mark? I don't really know what to call it. So essentially the premise of this movie is that Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots, the girl, are looking for a house. And they have to find this house, someplace to move into. They go and visit this office, like a retail office, and this weird guy is right out of the gate, something wrong. So he goes and takes them to this sort of complex, if you will, or housing development, where all of the houses are identical. They go in, they go see the house, and the guy just bolts. He leaves without them noticing, and so they're like, okay, let's get the F out of here. This is super weird. Now, they try and leave, but they keep going around in basically circles forever. They try different pathways to get out of this complex. Nothing. They are stuck there forever. They decide to go back to the house after bypassing it like 9 times or 12 times, whatever the case may be. And so they decide to stay. Now, they get sent food, they get sent sort of supplies, if you will, to survive. And one day, they decide to burn the place down. And a box shows up with a baby in it. The house, totally fine the next second after the baby shows up. Basically says, raise this child and we'll set you free. Obviously, this was in the trailer, so this isn't really a spoiler. But intrigued right out of the gate. I was 100% intrigued by the trailer. So I knew I had to watch it. Basically, the movie follows that premise to a T. There's really nothing exciting. If you watch the trailer, definitely, actually, don't watch the trailer is the best thing I can say, because you'll get a lot of what the movie is by watching the trailer. So definitely don't watch the trailer. It's going to ruin quite a bit, I would say. But this movie is weird in a cool way, I think. It's just very different. It doesn't necessarily play in terms of like a big action thing. It doesn't necessarily play in terms of jump scares or thrills. It's more of a psychological thing in terms of like living the same thing every single day, having to raise a kid that acts weird AF, if that's the best way I can put it. He is a psycho in so many weird ways. And there's like the character of Jesse Eisenberg is like trying to dig a hole to get out. There's a lot of weird things that are happening in this movie, but it's weird in a really cool, fun way that is just so different from a lot of the movies that are out there. And I know a lot of people are going to find this movie probably pretty boring, just because it is very much a slow burn. There's not a lot of things that are happening constantly throughout this movie that are going to keep you overly engaged. I think it's only about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, but it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it that it's just going to drive you kind of mad along with the characters, which is just right up my alley, if you ask me. It's so subtle and creepy, I feel like is the best ways to describe it. And totally worth a watch, by the way. Totally worth the watch, especially if you have the time. I would highly recommend it. The only downside is because it's such a slow burn, it kind of feels like it doesn't go a lot of places. Like it's just sort of spinning its wheels for the most part. The ending especially, I feel like nothing really gets answered. And I had a theory about this movie based on the trailer, which kind of turned out to be right, in terms of the little boy. Spoiler alert, it's not aliens. Well, maybe it is. I don't really know how to describe it. But there is no definitive answer. It's just sort of like a loop that's kind of makes you think and kind of makes you frustrated at the same time, because nothing gets answered and you want those sort of answers. Maybe the answers might be in like a director's cut or commentary or whatever special features there may be to this movie at some point, but I don't know. It's just a really weird psychological type of movie. And I don't know. So weird. Like, even just thinking about the runtime, like I watched the entire thing and like I feel like I can scrub through the entire movie in my head, and like I can be like, oh, nothing really interesting happened. You could probably watch it at 2 times speed and just get the same thing out of it other than the dialogue. But it's frustrating but so intriguing, and I don't know, it's kind of like Jarhead in a way is the best way. If you've ever seen Jarhead, where nothing happens but also the subtlety and all the little nuances and things that are happening in the background, or the subtle storytelling of it is just so captivating, and you kind of can't turn away from it because you want to know what's going to happen. You want that buildup of them getting out, or in Jarhead's case, him getting that perfect shot. It's very much like that, and I like Jarhead. If you like Jarhead, you might like Vivarium, even though they're very different. But I still highly recommend it. The sad thing, and as I was looking at it here on my computer, is that this movie was made for like $4 million. Some of the visuals, like you can kind of tell, it was not made with the highest of budgets. It's still kind of cool. The houses kind of remind me of Cat in the Hat, if you ever seen that with Mike Myers. Kind of like that, which was kind of creepy in its own right. The correlation between the two, I love Cat in the Hat. But apparently it only made like $123,000 cumulative worldwide at the box office. But I don't know if that's necessarily because of the COVID-19 thing where theaters started getting shut down, or if it just nobody wanted to see it. But if you are able to see this movie in whatever capacity, to rent it, to buy it, whatever the case may be, I would probably recommend renting it over buying it, just because it's not going to be a movie you probably want to watch over and over. But if you are into these types of movies, it might be worth a buy. Again, just don't watch the trailer. That's going to be your worst enemy in this case, as a lot of movies cases, but because it's so small in terms of scale, in terms of what's happening, in terms of storyline, it's not worth watching the trailer. It gives away probably about 85 to 90% of the movie, so I recommend not doing that. But it's still worth a watch. Go check out Vivarium. I highly recommend it if you are into those types of movies. I think that's really all I have for now. I've said about the same thing about 3 times. I don't know how long this video is anymore, and I just want to go do something else now. So I'm going to go edit these videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel /videos/ whatever you want to call it. Make sure you check out the Cinematically Late series, which is having a new video every single Thursday. So make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you subscribe because I'm on the road to 300 subs. I think I said that at the beginning, but I don't remember because I have a terrible memory and I didn't write it down. What else? I don't know. That's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed these videos. And I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm probably just going to cut to black and the end screen. So thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.